Welcome back one more time. As you can see, Cret decided to join me with the crazy eye shenanigans. We're currently waiting for these guys to get into picks and bans. There was a few issues between it overall, but now, as you can see on the screen, we're looking glorious today. How are you today, Cret?
Tired of you, Hindu man. Oh my god. Alright, so last game of the best of three. Agilitas versus Potato Boys, the marquee matchup of the EU Challengers Cup, possibly for the rest of our season. This is the first week. This is the decider. It shows us who's on top, who is the advantage, and who's probably the favored team to go into the SPL if anyone's gonna make it. It's a big day. It's a big decider, and I can't wait to see who's gonna take it. It's all down to one game.
It's all down to one game. Now we're just waiting for it to load up right now. Any moment should be happening on your screens. We're just waiting for them to get into the picks and bans section. That's why we're staring at our faces for the time being. I must say, I really do enjoy the Rama and the Anubis overlay that you made us, Crap.
Well, thank you.
I've got war paint on. Got war paint on.
So
war paint.
Anubis is my favorite god. You're the Hindu man, so I figured Rama would suit you pretty well. And what it comes down to is why I love Anubis. I really like dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah, dogs are really good. I really like dogs. Dogs.
Why is this game not starting? Please. There we go.
It is. Pulled into picks
we can
and
switch
bans.
away from the scene overall. Here we go. Potato Boys versus Agilitas Proxy QQ. Actually, yeah, Potato Boys going to be on the left this time around. The last two games, Cret, we did see it was Agilitas as first pick. This time around, though, Potato Boys.
Potato Boys are gonna ban out Nua. They don't want to deal with it anymore from Agilitas. Mercury taken off the board. Agilitas have learned you don't give adapting Mercury. Nemesis is still taken out. And Zhangqi not available.
Nope, Zhangqi not available either. So over to Proxy QQ. What's he going to choose with Nua off the table? Habois does get through the picks and bans, and Habois gets locked in.
Habois, haven't seen him all day. He's been banned all day. Let's see the reason why. Athena and Thor are locked in for Agilitas. They are going to have a chance to do their global shenanigans, but no Apollo this time.
No Apollo this time. Suntouch going to go to that again. He played a great game of it last game overall, honestly. This time, though, Kanye going to hover over Rama and try and pick that one up before the counterband section, which is what the plan was. Last time round for Potato Boys.
Yeah, Rom taken out during the counterbans was definitely influential as Uller wasn't able to make stuff happen. The 1v1 just didn't feel powerful enough, and part of the problem with Apollo, right, is he's so good at split pushing, he's so hard to gank, that once he gets ahead and you can't 1v1 him either, it's sort of like, how do you deal with this guy? There's no good way, because hey, his team fight's good too. He kinda just does everything.
Well, Rama is locked in now into the counterban phase. Agilitas get the first ban choice before they'll get the first pick in the counterban section. What's available for them? Well, they could look at taking out Geb one more time, put in Dirty onto someone like Kumbhakana again, if they so wish to, or will they look for a different option here, Crap?
I think it's going to be the Kumbhakana. I think it's just going to be the Kumbhakana every game forever. Agilitas seems to be okay with it. Ra this time, another character that we haven't really seen coming through. I like the Thanatos ban just to take that option away from adapting as well.
Leaves Geb available, though, for the Potato Boys to pick up now, after we saw Chuck being banned away.
It's Sturgius, let's be real. We're not going to see Geb.
Well,
it's
see.
Goomba.
Ra being hovered over for the safe pick one more time. That'll probably go against Habois in the solo lane, I expect, but we'll see as we go through whether Comfrey will go for something different or whether that Ra is going to be for him.
4 seconds before it's locked in. Definitely something that Agilitas could play well. But yeah, I mean, Isis has been something Pretty Prime's playing a lot. Ooh, Osiris. A bit of a throwback. He still kind of needs chins, and you definitely get them later now. It's delayed by about a minute. But once you get the chins, he still feels just as strong.
Well, Kumbhakana being locked in over the Geb choice for the Potato Boys. You did call it beforehand, but Osiris, someone we've not seen for a long time. Well, when I say long time, because we went through the whole phase of him being permanently banned out by everybody because of how strong he was with the chins. And then all of a sudden, he just stopped being played, stopped being picked, or even considered for a ban due to the change to chins and the small attack speed reduction he had to his kit.
The attack speed reduction, looking at the numbers, is 0.07 attacks per second at max level. So it's really minor because it didn't hit the base attack speed, it just hit the attack speed per level. Still definitely strong when he's able to get up to and hit you. The question is, are Agilitas going to be able to get control in the early game? Also interesting, Confree playing Isis this time. So they still like that Isis, they're just putting it on someone else.
Yep, putting on someone else, so we'll see how this one plays out for the Potato Boys versus Agilitas one more time. 1-1, the final game underway, guys. We'll be right back as soon as these guys have loaded in and we don't hit stasis mode.
All right, guys, let's get in and underway to our final match of the day, the decider between Potato Boys and Agilitas. We've had a little bit of pause come out at -12 seconds, so the game starts now. Creeps and minion camp spawn at 10 seconds. Just didn't want you to sit through the pause with us, though we would have had fun. I'm joined here today with Hindu Man. The teams, you know them already. It's Proxy, Adapting, Arrow, Suntouch, Dirgius versus Pretty Prime, Ataraxia, Conlave, Confree, and Repikas. And they're heading into lane.
Suntouch tries to steal away the blue buff, forces the reset by Konya there. I'm not sure if he'd hogged already, but that will delay them. Yeah, he did hog already there. So that's actually going to delay them on being able to start off their blue buff. Suntouch, though, denied himself experience by doing that crit. He wasn't there for his own blue buff being taken away, but he's going to apply some pressure to Ataraxia because he really needs that blue buff to wave clear effectively. However, they're going to rotate straight back for it now.
I mean, Ataraxia does need the blue buff to wave clear, but he's going to be able to clear out that wave, dumping, you know, a large portion of mana pool, but then be able to sustain back up with his blue buff and his death toll. So I'm not sure that was actually worth it for Suntouch. He's just level 1 and Ataraxia is just level 2 with pretty much the same gold that he's otherwise would have. We'll see how it plays out later on in the phase, but in the solo lane, we've got the solo duo facing off, and, you know, you don't often see a Habois. Habois versus Isis used to be a really good matchup for Habois, skill-oriented but still a winning matchup. Now it's very, very much more Isis's game.
That's generally down to the wing gust, though, not being knock-up immune while in the wing gust, is that correct? And that basically just means you can put out all the damage and keep the pressure on Habois, whose only real form of peel is that knock-up he's got available to himself, as well as the wet paper as well from times. Left-hand side, Dirge takes a bit more poke overall. Now, talking about the dual lane a little bit more as well here, Gret, we can see the Suntouch is going for either a Heartseeker or a Transcendent Rush at the start of this lane against Ataraxia, who's going for the standard Devourer's Gauntlets. Overall, this should technically mean Ataraxia will win the trades earlier on, but later on Suntouch will come back at it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that faces off. I guess that's just Suntouch's preferences when going for Apollo. He's going to get taunted out. Nice peel coming from Dirgius with that Groggy Strike, but lane control is in favor of the team with the Rom, and Dirgius is going to clear some of those creeps about a minute before mid-camp spawn. And, you know, we haven't seen Adapting play on this side of the map yet. No early rotations to invade. Instead, he's going to be chaining red and speed buff just to farm super efficiently. Adapting is a very greedy jungler, but he makes it work for him because he's very good at carrying.
Well, left-hand side is going to rotate round there, looking for an opportunity. Is Kanye and Dirge going aggressive? Adapting does not. They don't have a water team coming, but the rollout, and Kanye's already got his charge available as well. Doesn't even use it, so that rotation from Adapting did not develop anything for him, unfortunately. Still only level 4, will hit level 5 sooner rather than later, though, as he rotates back to mid lane. Mid camp's due up in the next 20 seconds.
Mid camp's coming up soon. It looks like Potato Boys are in a slightly better position for now. Athena, if she hits level 5, which is unlikely, could be, alright, just going to do the walking rotation slightly faster than Dirgius, so perhaps it's going to be Agilitas getting the left camp. So Cyrus is heading over. He's not super strong right now, but Lord of the Afterlife does have nice burst. Kanye's got preemptive strike, and they want to fight with Thor coming up.
Oh,
Lord of the Afterlife to juke, and he's going on to Pretty Prime, who's now immune to healing, stunned out at a bad time, and taken down before he can snipe. Adapting is low on health and has no way out, but the peel from Dirgius is going to be good. Nice knockback. Ataraxia now out of position. You don't see that too often. And Kanye Life and Repikas are going to walk away knowing that they have lost a lot.
Ataraxia was not out of position. He went aggressive, but then when uppercut came back down, it knocked him out of position into the whole team. Pays with his life. Mid-camps on the right going to go to adapting 2 just to extend their gold lead even further. The duo lane of the Potato Boys going to be able to push in and put some extra pressure on this lane one more time. Blue buff going to spawn soon for them as well. Really nice pickups by the Potato Boys.
Yeah, people just don't seem to respect the knockback from the epic uppercut quite enough. It can be really powerful, as we saw there. In the middle lane, Arrow is just trying to keep control, stopping Kanye from backing, has 1 meteor left. And, you know, the Agni against Ra matchup is a classic one. The idea is that Agni's poke is possibly the best, but Ra can heal his wave, he can heal himself, and he can push fairly well. Does pretty good damage too. So Ra's definitely a powerful contender in this matchup. I think this game's going to be decided on adapting. Can he get rolling and how quickly? I think he's still going to go for chins. The problem is once he hit rank 2, it's a smooth sailing. It's a smooth curve in terms of power and how much gold you're spending. Rank 2 to rank 3 is a big jump in terms of power, but also in terms of gold. It takes 5 minutes to farm up 1800 gold.
Up 5 minutes in, and we're just going to sit around for the time being, wait for camps to come back up. Everyone just farming off for the most part. Durgis going to put a ward down near the blue buff because they know that's still available. As he rotates back for his own one, going to help Sun touch down with that one for the time being there. Proxy's working towards getting his beads up to max rank sooner rather than later by the looks of it. Already at rank 2, they're working on his penetration boots as well on this hub against the ISIS matchup.
Yeah, I think Proxy's just trying to be safe, which I really like on Hubwa. There's sort of 2 philosophies. There's one where you just go ham and get kills because, hey, they're worth more on you. Gold, like, say you've got 2 characters. Hubwa has 5,000 gold. His lane opponent has 5,000 gold. Hubwa's ahead because he's a better character at killing people, or at least that's the idea that a lot of people have. Proxy is playing safe. He's like, all right, I'm going to play safe. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to feed. Going to get my farm. And he's a very seasoned Hubwa player as well. I mean, one of the reasons you ban Hubwa in Europe, for sure.
Well, talking about season, right hand side, you're going to see the crushing wave connect, but it's not going to do too much damage to Comfrey and drop him low enough to really scare him. But that is on cooldown for the time being. Can he continue the harass? He throws down the Atlas of the Yellow River to speed himself up to close the gap. Nothing more coming of it. Speed buff and red are available right now on the left hand side, and they're being taken by the respective junglers right about now. Mid caps on left due to spawn. We're going to see another fight here. I can feel it, crap.
Yeah, on the left-hand side, definitely teams grouping up. Kanye has the preemptive strike charge up yet again. Mid-camp spawning. But the question is, how do Potato Boys engage? Durchius is trying to flank. The mid-camp is already down. Nice route onto 2. Epic uppercut is going to hit onto Thor, but Thor's going to be able to teleport away. Confrey finds a solo kill. Suntouch coming down from the sky. Rom up in the air. Has a blue buff. You can actually see it floating on the ground. Thor's up. What goes up must come down, but where will he land?
That's the question. He's going to try and go an arrow, but I don't think that was the call was good. He takes more poke than he intended to. Now Kanye Life's going to back away. Repic has still survived off that Thor ultimate that he just did. Snipe doesn't do enough damage to pick anybody up. Ataraxia wants to try and clean up though. That's what he's looking to do, but immediately Path of Flames disengage. Right camps going over to Potato Boys here as Sun Touch rotates in, takes them away. Big thing to note in the whole of that there, Cret, was that a solo kill was picked up for Comfrey against Proxy in that fight.
Yeah, and that's really big. Now Proxy, well, hold on a second. Durgy is taunted out, could be in trouble. Still has that sleepy passive. Nice meteor coming down, doing a lot of damage. Arrow's gonna find Kanye life, and now Durgius, he's low, but he still has his passive available. Remember that Repicos fighting an Osiris, but when it comes to boxing, Osiris is, I don't want to say the king. There's a few characters that can outbox Osiris, but they're not common picks.
That was Agilitas, who technically the fight went pretty even there overall. They came out on top because they got the solo lane kill, but then they re-engaged at a very unfortunate time for themselves and just got picked apart, gave away some really easy kills overall, and it's going to give Potato Boys some chance to get some free pressure on the map now. You can see left and mid both pushed into tower overall, so a little bit of golden experience denied there overall. The warding around the Gold Fury though in favour of Potato Boys, they just only just got his one ward down now, has a sentry available, as he's going to start contesting that one as well soon.
You know, I mean, the big thing about this matchup in the solo lane is it's very volatile. Both players do a lot of damage, and they're both not particularly good at stopping their opponents from doing what they want to do. Hubwa's basically thing is that he knocks you up and then ults you. You can't do anything
Right
about
side.
it. Big gank onto Confrey, ulting in, but Proxy, is he gonna hit it? He's not gonna connect. Slowed slightly by adapting, but that's not gonna do it. And now with Proxy's ultimate down, the other side of the matchup comes into effect where Isis can land her combo. The true Isis combo is silence, ultimate, drop it on their feet, Spirit Ball to keep them in it, Wing Gust to do damage, pop the ultimate for the burst. Proxy doesn't have his movement ability. Wet Paper is good, but not yet. It's not that fast, so he's just going to be stuck in that ultimate, and he's probably just going to die, especially with the rotation from Repicas.
Keep an eye on Kanye Life on this Athena. He did just use the ultimate to help defend the Isis, but with that being on cooldown, he has to float around this Gold Fury at all times. Otherwise, the Potato Boys, now with their wall control and that sentry down, they're going to be able to take control of that quite easily there, Krat, and look to try and pick it up. And you're going to see a sentry put down by Kanye himself, clear that buff out for the time being. Go back, clear the other one as well. Mid-camp spawn on the left, they're just already starting these ones up. Right one's a few seconds delayed off that. So once these ones go down, we might see some more.
And the problem with Kumba is what we saw right there, where Georgius loses both buffs. He's really good at everything except clearing mid camps by himself. It's the only thing that Kumba just is really bad at. Georgius didn't have the help he needed.
Well, he just got hit by a throw. Sorry, he used his throwback, but he used the wall nicely. The return damage not there. Aero floating around near the Gold Fury. However, the ward's going to spot him out, so Prime's just going to go back to farming. Meanwhile, Aero denied a bit of experience in mid as Aero tries to rotate in. The stun does land. The trade between the two goes in favor of Aero, but Prime will heal that all back up.
Well, Prime's going to be just fine in that middle lane. Raw, always able to sustain up. And honestly, when you're trying to 1v1 him, you either have to burst him down before he can do anything, or you have to somehow find a way to have your health bar out-sustain his mana bar and health bar, which is really hard to do. Suntouch running out of mana again in the long lane. Adapting has started his farmathon. He's got the Balanced Blade. He's sitting at 1,000 gold. He needs 2 minutes. That's going to be a roughly 13-minute chin size.
Oh, going to take down the speed buff right about now. They're just waiting for him to come online, I feel, is what Potato Boy's plan is going to be before the next Gold Fury attempt. Sentry ward down at the Gold Fury by Agilitas, and we'll see Durgis go right over there now and probably clear that one out with the throwback and an auto enough to bring that one down. And once again, though, Kanye Life been back to base, picked up a Sentry ward. The wars continue as everybody else kind of jostles for positioning, just continues farming.
Yeah, and looking for positioning is Thor in the jungle. Hi-rez? Oh my, is he gonna peekaboo Repicas? Okay, that was super awkward. What just happened right there?
the scythe went past Repicas' face and he went, oh, there's someone here. And then got his with him, but he gets hit by that one in middle lane overall. Has to jump to his hammer. They were both looking for an opportunity. I guess Adapting was trying to catch Thor going for the gank there, correct, more than anything else. He did find him, but just didn't get the damage off.
Maybe they were trying to peekaboo each other. I don't know. That should be on a highlight reel. I don't know what highlight reel, but it has to be on something in the mid lane. Arrow's got some help coming in. Osiris is very good against Raw. There's one thing about Osiris that a lot of people might not know. He's got the healing reduction on his ult. We all know that. But his Divine Judgment reduces healing as well. Pretty Prime in the middle lane's taking a lot of damage, but it's turning around onto Arrow as he takes a tower shot. Prime's not going to get that much damage now.
Though on the right, Adapting came right round the back, and with that ridiculous terror, is going to try and force the stun out. Crushing Wave does not connect again, gets Juke Tag, 4 ducks down, and the turnaround is real as Proxy QQ has to use the beads by himself. Some time the wall, the double tap does connect, brings him down. Comfrey escapes on the backside of that. You can still see that it was just a 1-for-0 trade there. You can see Arrow could not get over in time. Meanwhile, look what Potato Boys are doing at the Gold Fury.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get it. Nice play from the Potato Boys. There was a rotation from Ataraxia to the middle lane, just sort of covering, and it was very proactive. It looked like a good rotation, but when you give it the Gold Fury, it's not a good rotation anymore. Great Gold Fury call coming out from Durgius. Makes me so proud.
So, Gold Fury does go down. They realise to go for the aggressive. They're just going to rotate to mid lane, see that Thor did back. Overall, nothing more coming of that. Mid camp's going to be down for a while on the left. They did just get dropped. Isis is fighting off against Osiris at the moment as Proxy has to respawn. But, you know, like we said, I mean, that rotation, they did lose Proxy for that. However, it was definitely worthwhile. You know, it gave them more of a gold lead. 3.2k lead in gold. 1700 experience for the Potato Boys now. And we're starting to see that Adapting will have those chins sooner rather than later.
Yeah, They're gonna be done now working on beat, so he's gonna be relying on his passive to stick to people and his ability to slow. Adapting has hit his stride. Probably gonna want an Aussie just to really cement that. But now it's the point where pretty much no one is safe. I didn't really get to
Oh, Proxy gonna get caught by the taunt, uses the Aegis to buy time, but buying time for the inevitable. Repicast combining with Kanye Life there to pick up a kill in that solo lane.
Wow.
Proxy is the focused target here.
You gotta focus Hebo, but it feels like Proxy is just getting absolutely beat on. He's going into a Warlock Sash. But, man...
They
defending
really
the tower.
Down now.
Yeah, Durgis is going to try and defend here. He's going to be stunned out. Med circle protection used for the burst. Dirge gets down very low. He's buying time, but will be enough. 200 health and Dirge walks away. Thor's going to go up. The tether is so strong here. Stuns out Confrey and gets the kill. Sun Touch down from the sky, making a long rotation. Repicas is going to take a big burst there. And
can take
this
the tower here.
Yeah, it's dead.
Well, the tower's very, very low. The full minion wave in. 4 members grouped up. Rama's going to get some free farm on the left side, but Proxy's going to be there to defend it as the aggression continues. The stun lands once again from Aero, and he destroys Repicast. The snipe lands onto 2, but the last Make It Rain comes down. Kanye Life got to run away. Adapting cannot find the damage that he wanted from the flail, but they do get a tower and pick up another kill for it again. Potato Boys starting to take this game by the scruff of the neck here.
Well, and look at this lane swap, perhaps, as Proxy is in the long lane dealing with Ataraxia. That 1v1 is a little bit interesting. It's something that Hebo can definitely contest. He just has to play very carefully and has to find a way to poke through the lifesteal. Osiris now rotating around. Proxy will be able to heal up a little bit with his Vamp Shroud, but it's only going to amount to, I think it's 120 health per minute if he gets all the last hits. So nice, but not that great. Proxy's going to get his blue, and looks like it was only a temporary lane swap. They're going to be sending Proxy back to the solo lane.
I think Ethereal Staff for Proxy here more than anything else, I'd say.
If he just put gold into his Bancroft, though.
Yeah, so you can get Ethereal Staff later on, because, you know, it's effective. I think that's probably a good idea, because right now, 50 minutes in the game, trying to get the Warlock Sash, going to take a while to stack that up to 100, really. So, maybe Ethereal Staff.
It's an 8-minute timer if you're perfect, considering we're 16 minutes in. If you finish Warlock Sash even now, you wouldn't have it done until 24 minutes with perfect farm, and given the circumstances, that's not going to be the case, so it would just take too long.
Assy being built on adapting right now as his next time after Chins.
It's the most efficient item for Osiris after you have Chins. It is the best DPS increase you can get for the money for the item slot. Sun Touch in the long lane in a lot of trouble. Will dash away, goes directly into his ultimate, and will be able to get up in the air. The team's rotating back in. Will Sun Touch do the circle? Yeah, it looks like he wants to fight, but where's he going to come down? Does the circle, says, alright, this isn't a good opportunity for us. I'll just take some farm in the middle lane, probably pick up the mid tower, maybe the mid camps, but Repicas is in the area, and Sun Touch has to be careful.
Well, Aero going to zone out, get a good stun off. 2 bombs connect, and the Path of Flame's going to tick down Repicas's health, but pretty prime. Going to heal him up a bit. Dirge just blinks in over the back, but Repicas jumps to a hammer. Now he's Dirge cut out of position as the rotation from Comfrey comes in, and the Spirit Ball Thor's up. Is Thor going to dunk down? And if so, where's it going to be on? Is it going to be on adapting? Nope. Going to go back to safety. Nothing comes of that all in all, or is it as the taunt lands onto adapting? Adapting's going to turn his attention to Ataraxia, who gets left alone by his team, and that tether going to do so much work. Lord of the Afterlife does not connect, but the flail does. No, the flail does not do the damage. He overshot it, and being to the sky, using the snipes as adapting backs away some more.
Best juke ever. Just stop moving. Nobody expects it. Yeah. But yeah, so Osiris getting really aggressive there. Pretty Prime uses his snipe in the middle lane, looking for arrow, but didn't quite find it. I think that was just sort of a hope this hits, hope I can get a kill sort of play. Returning to base are the Potato Boys. They're still ahead in this game, 4,000 gold and 3,000 experience in the lead. Confrey's gonna grab his blue buff on the right hand side, and Pretty Prime still holding down that middle lane. So adapting is getting bigger and bigger though.
He is. Sun Touch, though, does get hit by 2 members thanks to the taunt from Kanye. However, immediate Mez going to buy himself some time there. Aero's getting bigger and bigger as well. Is one thing to note, that Spear of the Magus, as well as the Bancross being finished, he's really starting to chunk. Look at adapting, though. He's just doing Gold Fury solo here. As they've got a ward at him, they can see him doing it. Now they rotate around, show the presence here, and now they're going to try and defend this one up. Gold Fury is definitely the next point.
Yeah, Gold Fury is going to be a really important point of contention. Adapting doesn't have his Aussie finish, so he doesn't really have the lifesteal he needs to solo that, but he's still able to sustain a decent amount. And once again, the Aussie is about the attack speed and the pen more than anything, looking like he's going to recall and finish that Aussie right now. Mid camps aren't going to spawn for a minute, so this is a good time. Suntouch is actually caught out a little bit. That wall's going to be bad news. Bears and Sun is going to go directly ult, but he gets hit by the 1-4 combo, the double snipe from Pretty Prime, picking up that one, and this could be a Gold Fury. Rotation coming out from Proxy.
Just a slight overly extended in the wall, just pinned him off, just like that one does to Proxy QQ, who's waiting for it to go down again. Prime wants to continue the chase, and it looks like we're going to see Thor go up looking for Proxy QQ as well. He's going to use the crushing wave at the same time as the dunk comes down, ult for ult trade there, but he does stay alive, doesn't get rotated on, and now it's up to Potato Boys to buy time, but the wall again is going to put Arrow in a bad spot. Luckily the Spirit Ball does not connect, he just walks around it. Potato Boys hold for now as Dirges tries to re-engage.
Dirge just going to blink in, gets 2 sets of beads already. The ultimates available for Agilitas are Circle of Protection, really useful. Ice Assault, hard to use in a team fight. Also, Suntouch spawns in 2 seconds, and he can ult to mid lane from base. It looks like Potato Boys aren't going to try and go in. Suntouch is just heading back to left-hand lane, and Adapting wants to get his farm, so this is going to be a disengage.
Disengage for now. Checking the gold right now. You see a 3,000 gold lead for Potato Boys. Experience only 1,200, which says that it's kind of coming down to these Gold Fury fights here, correct, where the real difference is landing. Obviously, you know, 7-4 in kills. Kills don't always necessarily mean you come out ahead in gold and experience based off how the map was at the time. Right side though.
Well, it's going to be a 1v1, and Proxy's got his Agent Pendant to get out of the Ice Assault, which is... I really like that pickup for this matchup. I think it's very intelligent, but he's still having trouble dealing
mid lane.
with this.
Pretty Prime's in trouble, been hit up by Adapting with the help of Arrow and Dirges. Repicat's a little bit late to the party there, can't find the kill, and with that mid laner being down, it looks like they're going to start the Gold Fury. Suntouch has already begun it. Ataraxia popping the sprint, chasing down Arrow, trying to put the poke damage on. Can Athena get here in time? Well, Athena's still in mid lane right now. The double tap does connect. Potato Boys get the Gold Fury. Dirges lives, and now the turnaround from Arrow as he lands a big stun. Repicat goes to the sky to get out of this one now. Arrow's getting low thanks to the auto attacks. He just needs to dunk down to finish him, but the snipe from Ataraxia secures it. Arrow takes out Repicat thanks to the bleed damage, but now Suntouch went to the sky. He was looking there, correct, to try and put damage on. Oh no, he's not. He's going to go for Comfrey. Is he going to fight Comfrey?
Yeah, he wants Comfrey, and he's going to be able to come crashing down. Good direction, does get a knockback into another one. Needs to be careful of the wind gust. Mez already used, I believe, and now Comfrey is going to be able to move away slightly faster. Proxy wasn't able to get in range to help out there, which is really unfortunate. On the left-hand side, Adapting forced to walk around. Probably will be able to defend this tower.
Top with the shenanigans there, you can see the gold lead stretched to 4k, experience stretched to just over 2k in favour of the Potato Boys there. That Gold Fury paid off for them in the end. Meanwhile, we're still at the same amount of towers in the same situation, just the right hand towers, tier 1s are down at the moment. Middle lane for Agilitas a little bit low, and left hand side for the Potato Boys taking a little bit of poke, but nothing too much to write home about.
Yeah, it's still looking kind of even in terms of the map. It's just the gold from the Gold Furies in favor of the Potato Boys, and it's something that they're riding on. That said, I feel like they should be able to claw themselves further ahead, and that's something that's not happening. Agilitas is still very much in this game, and a big part of it is going to be the magic damage. I mean, Comfrey and Pretty Prime, they're sort of... We both play the same God Pool style. They're both mid laners, essentially. Comfrey is just in the solo lane. Is so key to the way they play.
Oh, they kept spawn on the left-hand side, and you can see Agilitas in position for when it begins flashing to take this one down again. Right one's on a bit of a delayed cooldown, a little bit longer as the fights have caused him to get off it, but Arrow in mid needs to watch himself because Kanye could rotate around the back, notices the threat and just backs away immediately. Left camp did go to Agilitas as we wait around for the next real engagement. I mean, this is still close.
Yeah, it really, really is. In the middle lane, 3 members of Agilitas. They looked for poke on the Arrow, got beads. It's only 90 seconds, I guess. You know, you're kind of just like, you don't really know what to do when you send 4 people to clear mid camp. It's usually just overkill. On the left hand side, Suntouch is going to start some split push. 3 in the middle lane. Proxy kind of getting a flank, but Kanye is going to engage. Nice damage. Arrow taking a lot of damage. Jumping away is Adapting with that Lord of the Afterlife. Repicat is up, but is he going to go into the tower? Dirges is certainly ready to peel. Apollo circling, and Apollo is going to be going in
Oh
onto all three, but
goodness,
he's not
Suntouch.
quite going to find the knockup. He needs Sun Touch, dashes away. And that's a
Three
taunt, and
man
he
taunt.
finds 3. This could be big. Wind Gust coming
Ring Gust,
through. No
snipes
follow
from
Spirit Ball.
Ataraxia. Is he going to look for him? There's one, second one, third one would have hit. Proxy used the Aegis to buy time again. Nobody dead. A lot of ultimate shoes. Kanye Life has his. Comfrey has his. Proxy QQ hasn't used his just yet. Durgis has uppercut, but Potato Boy's going to back out, give up a tier 1 tower. Looks like Agilitas want more.
Yeah, it could be a tier 2 here. This is sustain versus no sustain. Dash in every 15 seconds, 18 seconds. Athena can go ahead and engage like that. Lots of damage from Agni. Pretty Prime's low.
Damage.
He has to get focused down. Durgis is going to find that one. Arrow will fall. He's going to die for his sins, but the circle of protection coming through from Confrey is going to be super effective. Durgis is staying alive for now, but this is Osiris coming online.
Wave.
Finally, a Hobwa ult hits, and Repicas is going to get very low. Taken down by the water spout. Wipe out, and in the end, it's going to be Potato Boys winning the fight, and Potato Boys going for the Fire Giant.
Yeah, one thing to know with Durgis dying there, his passive kicking in, gave him more health back than he actually had, so he can come into this and not be too scared of dying to it. He's going to stay on the outskirts though overall, but a great fight overall, and that was all made by Aero and Durgis there overall. Aero did all the work on bringing down Pretty Prime to low HP, and pretty much sacrificed his own life there, honestly, overall, to make sure that the team could win that fight there, Krat.
I mean, they got it done in the end. Really good circle of protection after Pretty Prime died, but honestly, it had to happen before Pretty Prime died. It had to keep him alive because Prime sustain is so crucial for this Agilitas lineup, and Arrow, with that Spear of the Mages, is able to just dump so much damage onto his targets. Taking a quick look at Pretty Prime's protections, he's rocking 50 magic protections. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, putting him at 70%. You've got Spear of the Mages taking off 20% of that, so that's 14, then dropping off another 20, so that's going to be 24, 34, then it takes off 30 on top, including the pen boots, so that's 55. 55 protections reduced by the spear and the pen boots from Agni.
Up 6,000 gold lead in favour of the Potato Boys now. Experience lead of 5,000. Fire Giant online. Gold Fury spawning soon. Suntouch going aggressive in the left-hand lane. Nearly gets picked off. Just backs away for the time being. Using the moves to his ability. Adapting. Going to start chunking down this Gold Fury. Suntouch rotates round. And you can see where Proxy QQ is positioned here. He's waiting patiently for the possible engage. Arrows also available for zoning duty if required. Gold Fury goes down. Now can Potato Boys get a fight they like?
Yeah, you know, they get the Gold Fury. That's definitely nice. Can extrapolate their gold lead, but they need to push in and get a tower here. This split is a little bit interesting. They have a lot of powerful poke coming out from Proxy on Hobwa and Agni, and it's not a split. It's a flank attack. Confrey and the rest of Agilitas could be caught unaware here, but I think Adapting did get spotted out. And all 5 members.
Keep an eye on Durgis with the Blink Mez combo. It's possible to him. Going to go in with a groggy strike there. Get hit by the silence. That's going to bring his Medjais down. On the backside, Adapting finds Ataraxia trying to flank around the bow. The Tether's applied. He's going to force out the ultimate from him. Meanwhile, in the fight, Suntouch getting very low. The snipes actually do come out from Ataraxia that was baited out in the first place. Makes this a 4v5 right now. And the assault's still going to continue with a 4-on-5. Potato Boy's got to be careful here. Looks like they're going to back off. Kanye Life, though, not going to have any of it. Going to chase down. Going to go for a taunt. Proxy's focused. Aegis is already used there. Spirit Ball does connect. Sorry, I liked it. Wait for the crushing wave. I thought that was the Aegis. There's the Aegis. Replicas goes to the sky. Arrows raining death on people. Comfrey does find Proxy QQ, but drops low. And you can see Adapting just get the tether onto 2 members. The knockup from Durgis by time. Adapting finds one. He's trying to pick up the rest. But he's going to go down to Ataraxia as the all-star in the healing. The taunt once again from Kanye Life brings out Durgis. And all Arrow can do is swag walk away.
Yeah, he's going to try and get out of this one, but with the cooldowns, there's the wall. Walk up, auto attack. Repicas finds it with the spin. That was a Fire Giant fight, and it came out to be a 5-4-1. All starting with that pick off from Ataraxia and his ultimate to confirm the kill. Tower goes down. Another one with the sustain from Ra will go to Agilitas, and suddenly it doesn't look like Potato Boys ever got that Fire Giant at all. huge turnaround.
Like, that was kind of unfortunate when you look at it on paper, because adapting caught Ataraxia out of position and forced the ultimate off him. The only bad thing out of that crap was that at the same time Suntouch got poked down low and had to go to a defensive position. The problem being is that Ataraxia could snipe him because he just used the ultimate at the right time for that opportunity. And that just changed the fight completely. 4v5, they couldn't contest, tried to back out, and Kanye Life had none of it with a great taunt onto 3 members. 0, 1, and Teddy is right now.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you kind of want to say, oh man, I got lucky in that I used my ROM ult to save myself and happened to be able to get a kill because of it, but it's not luck. You call that efficiency and coordination and synergy. Just some buzzwords to make it seem like you know what you're doing.
Words. 14-11 now. Check out the golden experience. You can see the lead was cut to only 4,000 for Potato Boys. Experience lead could drop dramatically down to 2,500, but Potato Boys still in a good position. They have one less tower on the map as well, which says something as well. Considering Fire Giant's going to be back up in a couple of minutes, Gold Fury's going to be down until after the Fire Giant goes down next, so expect the next fight to be really, really important. I expect to see some split pushing coming.
Yeah, I do want to see the split push, but right now it's a little bit of a more even matchup than we saw last game. Ataraxia is at a level where he can contest Suntouch. They're looking fairly even in items, but with a different build. Double stack on Suntouch, single stack on Ataraxia, which means with the crit timing right now, Ataraxia has more crit and does more damage. Well, probably, especially if a Deathbringer. How far away is he? So it looks like he's about 900 away from a Deathbringer. That's going to be another 2.5 minutes, and that's going to be really big for Ataraxia. Also taking away a blue buff, forced to reset it as Proxy shows up. But if Proxy's on the left-hand side of the map, this could be an opportunity for Agilitas.
That's true. I mean, Ataraxia does have 400. He does have the Death's Toll still. Beam on engagement, adapting, being forced to use the Lord of the Afterlife. The snipe came out from Prime as well there, so that's going to be on cooldown as well. So a 1-for-1 trade in terms of ultimates right now. But yeah, I mean, that engagement there bought a little bit of time for both teams. It looks that's what Agilitas wanted to do, is go aggressive. Potato Boys, though, managed to disengage just in time.
Unfortunately, so Prime's ultimate actually hit 2 targets. It hit the Agni and the Osiris, and because of that, and the recall that was necessary, Agilitas actually could have tried to force a Fire Giant there. Instead, they're going to back off and play it a little bit safer, but I think with the circle protection, they're raw, and the walls and such they have, I really would have loved to see the force play come out in that circumstance. Nonetheless, Agilitas is just going to try and look for a pick, which is definitely something they have at their potential. I mean, one of the things that makes Athena so good, Geb's got great engage. People always talk about Athena versus Geb, right? And he blinks in and Cataclysms are like, yeah, engage on the whole team. Athena dashes and taunts and just does that every 18 seconds until you run out of beads, you run out of peel, and then you die.
One thing to note right now, there's no ward coverage down for Potato Boys at this Fire Giant. Durgis doesn't even have a ward to his name. He's trying to get positioning so his team can get some vision down, but the vision coverage now for Agilitas, very, very good. Meanwhile, left-hand side, you know, we did see Suntouch, bit of split pushing prowess there, getting the tier 2. Going to be chased down by Ataraxia overall. The sprint's been popped. Is he going to be able to find this one? Can they get a slow on him? Because he's got Comfrey and backup. Going to give up on that. Meanwhile, right-hand side, the engagement's underway.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of chase, but it doesn't seem like they're able to find any catches. Blink forward from Durgis, nice wall from Replicas reactively to the sound. Godfrey in the middle lane getting engaged on Heavenly Jewel to use, but he's going to get knocked up into even more damage. Thor's going to come down, 4-man stun, 5-man stun. It's not going to connect, and Rom's up in the air. Ataraxia needs to be careful. He's getting pressured out. Nice dash. Proxy ulted, he doesn't connect. It was just a reposition, he says, but he's not in a good spot afterwards, and now Adapting's getting turned on. Nice epic uppercut. Durgis is doing really well in this fight, and a little bit of a disengage, but Kanye, I think he wants to go back in. He's going to wait for his preemptive strike, charging it up now. Hindu man, what's going to happen here?
This is too close. This is too close to call. Like, you can't, neither of these teams could go to the Fire Giant right now. Kanye's at a decent HP, so he could go. Have they got the damage? I mean, they're going to risk this. Suntouch is on full health, pretty much full mana. He can deal with it. Durgis is aware, Adapting's aware that they've just rotated in there. We're going to see a Fire Giant fight break out. I can feel it, but the ward might give away the day, and everyone might back out again. Kanye wants to fight Durgis. Suntouch going to get aggressive again. Instantly Mez before he can taunt. But now that Mez is on cooldown, and Suntouch getting collapsed on again. Going to use the moves and use the sprint that came off cooldown again to get away from Prime. He's delaying. This is good for Potato Boys if Suntouch lives here. If he manages to live, he buys time for his team to respawn.
I'm salty for Agilitas right now. Sprint's OP. Like, he was just like, he was in a horrible position. Suntouch was forced into a bad place to be, but he just kind of walked away, or I guess ran away. That was a really quick escape, and now Potato Boys have all respawned, so is Contry. They're going to make sure nobody's on the Fire Giant. Sentry Ward goes down, trying to defend the area, and it's all about who gets the first kill in these team fights. Nice Spirit Ball. That is the support life right there.
That's the support life. Dirges goes with the throwback onto the ward, went for the auto attack, but before he could get it, Spirit Ball finishes off his own. Suntouch trying to do the God Fury here has been spotted out. The team's rotating over to try and steal it away. Ataraxi is going to force the reset on that one. Need a Sentry Ward did the Potato Boys at that red buff right now. Ataraxi takes a lot of poke from the 1-2 ultimate combination. Say the 3-1 ultimate combination from Proxy.
Soul Reaver was involved there, so
okay.
Yeah. So that's part of why it did so much damage. But with that sort of calibration, I think Proxy's gonna realize that he can just give people. If that was an ultimate instead of a 1, it would have been a kill. Fire Giant has started. Suntouch is on his way over. Thor is up, and Thor must come down. He will, landing with Athena being delivered as well. The Fire Giant has not yet reset, and that is crucial. But will it now? The lava finishes. Durgius is getting in position. He might die in time. Circle protection popped, and this is going to be really big.
He's going to go.
Kanye Life should be able to get the Fire Giant here. Proxy goes in, but Agilitas is able to lock it down. Proxy gets absolutely eliminated. Durgius is dead as well on the right-hand side, adapting, running for his life. Suntouch trying to recall, but Suntouch might have lazy backed here. Nice weakening curse. Two-man top. Beads come out. The wall isn't going to connect on the left-hand side. What about Arrow? He's able to get out. He looks to be okay. This should just be towers. Pause. And nicely done for Potato Boys to disengage and then pause. Unfortunately, Durgius DC'd into the wall and was not able to contest that Fire Giant properly.
Bay caught me sleeping. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He fell asleep and his computer DC'd. So the pause has come out for Durgius to reconnect. It will be a couple of seconds, guys. But one thing to note, I mean, the position they're in right now, it looks like they're going to lose a Phoenix quite easily in this. Maybe even 2.
Yeah, this is going to be big. It's going to be very hard for Potato Boys to hold, and what has to happen here is Proxy needs to kill someone. He needs to just straight up kill somebody, 100-0. If he can do that, like we saw with Confrey in the beginning, that knock-up into the Meteor from Arrow. And I'm not saying Proxy has to do it by himself. He needs the help of his team, of course. But it's on Proxy with the Water Spout. You can't Aegis, you can't Beads to get that kill. And when it does happen, that's going to be the Potato Boys' chance to make this game into a victory. But it's really rough. It's 15-14. The gold lead for this point in the game is just 4,000, which, while in favor of Potato Boys, isn't that big of a difference, and players are rapidly approaching full build.
Yep, everyone approaching full build. Guys, we'll be right back in a few seconds. We're just going to wait for this pause to get out of the way, and we'll be back with you. Have some Monster Cat while we wait for a few seconds. Welcome back, guys and girls. Sorry for the delay there. Overall, what you're going to see on your screens right now is Potato Boys losing a Phoenix. They already lost the tier 2 tower. The DC for Kumbhakana did not help them out. The Fire Giant, but Agilitas going to try and make full use of this. Now they got the Fire Giant. They're going to rotate straight to the left-hand lane and try and bring down this Phoenix. Arrow trying to zone out. 3-man taunt, though, coming out. Adapted takes a big snipe to the face. Suntouch has to back away. Ataraxi is in the sky. No, it's not. It's Thor. Thor's down on Suntouch's face, followed by Repicast trying to get back out against Arrow. Durgius is back online, trying desperately to defend this Phoenix, but it's slowly starting to drop down in HP. The uppercut going to buy some time. The knockback doesn't hit anyone. Kanye Life dropping low, but still taking up the tower. Ataraxia brings down the second Phoenix, while Repicast drops to Proxy QQ. Can they defend longer, Crep?
Well, 2 Phoenixes down, but mid tower has to fall as well before Agilitas can move on to that 3rd Phoenix, which really is just the final nail in the coffin. Once you have 3 Phoenixes down, you're probably going to lose, because you have to get all 3 up, then have your Fire Giant, or have your Titan, Titan heal up, push your lanes up, and then contest Fire Giant, and kind of do all that at once. Proxy taunted out, will use beads. Nice timing there, but up in the air is Rom, finds the second hit, but not the third. Pretty Prime in trouble, gets knocked away and will be taken down. Spirit Ball connects onto Adapting. Circle Protection not really going to do too much in that engagement. Dirgius in the front line, but it looks like Agilitas will back off.
Well, the potatoes hold for now, but what did they hold? Well, they've lost 2 tier 2 towers and 2 phoenixes. Only one remains, the fire minions pouring it into the base now. For Agilitas' favour, Suntouch should be able to farm those ones up 36 minutes in. 3 members still going to have the Fire Giant online here for a little while, and it's looking kind of good for Agilitas now.
Yeah, Agilitas seems to be doing okay. Well, I mean, of course they're doing okay. They're going to be doing really, really well here if they can just push forward and get this final Phoenix. But they need to use all of their tools in the right way. And the fact that Pretty Prime died there and desync the death timers is going to actually waste a fair bit of time. That said, there's also sort of custodial time necessary on the map. You want to pick up red buff. You want to pick up speed buff, which is spawning in a few seconds. So Pretty Prime's only going to delay by maybe 20 seconds, and that is just spawning now. The speed buff is going to go to Ataraxia, so they're giving it to their Hunter, who has hit full build.
I would definitely give it to Ataraxia, especially with his pick-me-up ability as well. That's going to increase his attack speed ridiculously, and with that penetration, he can get off them as well. So, the lanes have been pushed out by the Potato Boys in the left and right. It's going to stall for a little bit. You can see Agilitas starting to group up mid here, I expect this is the engagement that either wins or loses the game for the Potato Boys right here, right now. Can they hold on? Can they turtle long enough and allow these Phoenixes to respawn? Well, Sentry Wards in the jungle, going to get cleared out by Kanye Life, and they're just going to slowly pressure this one in.
Yeah, they're looking to apply as much pressure as possible. The Phoenix will die very quickly with a Titan's Bane Hunter around, and Repikas can do really good damage to it too. Honestly, everyone can. The Phoenix won't last long. Suntouch needs to rotate over ASAP, but only once Potato Boys feel that they're ready to hard engage, ready to do that last stand. Arrow gets poked down a little bit, and the poke from Agilitas is super important because they have sustained and their opponents don't. Mid Phoenix is going to drop. Epic Uppercut saves it for a little bit. He doesn't have any health. Repikas will end up taking the Phoenix, Adapting coming in, and Hinduman, I think Dirgius wants to fight. Suntouch comes out from the sky.
He does. Dirge's going to go in looking for the damage, but he's going to get evaporated. The spin to win. Atraxis in the sky, raining death onto air, and Repikas picks up that kill. Dirge is still asleep at the moment as Proxy QQ tries to use the crushing wave, but the wall blocks it. He just rivets into the ground. Suntouch gets hit by 2 attacks. Repikas cuts off the angle as Kanye goes in and Prime with the Celestial Beam picks it up. Only Adapting left standing here, Agilitas gonna win 2-1 over the Potato Boys. It was a really close game all in all. The DC may have hurt Potato Boys, but Agilitas put up a very good fight throughout.
Yeah, really well played by Agilitas. They've definitely earned their first place victory in your European Challengers Cup, but Potato Boys, no slouch, coming in at second place and looking really good. In third place, Upcoming Stars took fourth, I believe.
No, Upcoming Stars on my screen took third place. Team Vulcan came fourth. So Team Vulcan, Upcoming Stars, Potato Boys, and on top of the list is Agilitas after this one. They're your top 4 teams in the EU region of the Challenger scene. Next week, come and sign up once again. We had, how many teams was it today? I can't remember.
I think we hit 40.
Enough teams. Come back, guys. Come check us out next week. We'll be doing it once again. So in North America. For now, though, head on over to the pro scene because the pro games are still underway over on Smite Game 1. I've been Hindu Man. Alongside me have been Kret. Kret, any last words, sir?
You know, I want to talk about DCs really quick. That was a deserved victory from Agilitas. They played really well all game long and throughout the best of 3. The disconnect from Dirge sucked, and it was at a bad time. But we can't remake every time someone disconnects. If we remade every time there was a disconnect that affected the game, people would start pulling plugs. People would abuse that. You just have to deal with it. And I mean, in the old days, we didn't even have pause. You just had to play through it. And it sucks. But Agilitas did earn their victory. Don't take that away from them. And Potato Boys played well too. GG, thanks for coming out. And special thanks to all of us here here supporting the stream, me and Hinduman for casting, F Dot for doing whatever it is he does, our admin crew, and Moji, the production crew. We are the Salt Squad, and we'll be back next week with more Challengers Cup.